I just fell in love with what the possibilities were of community on the internet, and I wanted to apply that like for serious business purposes. So our idea was that for large companies, we would build communities of employees who were scattered all over the world so that they could come to a place, and even though they weren't physically together, they could share best practices with each other. And this was such a great idea that I hired a software engineer, a guy named Paul Morrison. He built me a little prototype, and I went out and sold it to Unilever, to Sara Lee, and to Chase Manhattan Bank, which is now part of JP Morgan. And with that, because it was the year 2000 and not the year that Lehman Brothers went under, I raised venture capital really quickly. And one of the reasons I raised it is that the year 2000, it was the wild, wild west. Like, I had revenue, and most of the companies that were raising money then were going, well, you know, our sales are going to start here, and they're going to go like this. Now, we have no sales yet. We are pre-revenue. That's literally what they used to say, we're pre-revenue, and they'd still get these wild valuations. So we raised venture capital. We bought a foosball table. We were all excited. We started doing all this stuff. We're building up our software and everything. And we were off and running. And we had multiple problems, lots more competition than we thought we'd have. But the big problem was we had a hard time getting anybody to use our communities. So as an example, we were at Chase Manhattan Bank. We were building for them an online community of all of their HR people, 200 of them all over the world. And they get together physically once every 2 years. And what we were going to do was they were getting together on Wall Street, and I was their final speaker. And we were going to basically say, hey, everybody, just think. You know, you're all going to go back to your respective places, but we're going to build you something so that you can actually figuratively be together all the time and help each other with ideas and getting advice and everything else. They were so excited about the Chase online HR network that they gave us a standing ovation. So, of course, we get on a Acela on the way home. We are like ordering drinks, slapping each other five. I mean, you know, we got a standing ovation about our idea. The following week, we launched the Chase HR network. Welcome to these 200 people. And at the end of week 1, how many of the 200 came into the community? 7. So I think, jet lag, they're tired, they have a lot going on at the office, we'll give them another week. End of that week, 8. We tried everything. I mean, we called them on the phone. We had people, I cannot tell you how many creative strategies I came up with to try to get people to use this software, and we could not get over the number 14. And it was a huge challenge. Of course, you know, you're the optimistic entrepreneur, but I did have one of these voices in the back of my head saying, I might need to go become a consultant or, you know, do something that you do when you're not really sure what else you can do. So we had a lucky day. We were in Kansas City. We were at Hallmark. And Hallmark was about to launch an online community of all of their Gold Crown store managers who were going to share ideas with each other about how to improve the profitability of their stores, do better merchandising, etc. And the client, who's a guy named Tom Brailsford, looked at me and said, Diane, I love what you guys are doing, but I'm just worried that our store managers aren't going to come into the community. So I said, I'm worried they're not going to come in either. And my heart just sank because, you know, sometimes you just have to be honest, but I think this is the end. He said, I think I have a better idea than what you're doing. He said, you know, think about it. We're a card company. We're kind of screwed. I mean, I'm worried that people aren't going to buy and send cards anymore. And he said, we have to completely transform Hallmark. So if instead of the store managers, what do you think about bringing our target consumers in here? Like, most of our customers are moms, especially moms with little kids. I don't know, maybe we could invite moms in and we could run ideas by them and we could learn about their lives and they could help us transform Hallmark into the future. What do you think? Well, to make a long story short, I had actually done something like that in a previous life. I had written a book about how you grow your company by focusing on your customers. I had done a lot of that, but I wasn't doing that anymore because I was doing my startup. And so I said to him, Tom, I actually know something about listening to consumers and everything. Anyway, we go back to Boston. I tell everybody we're not launching the Hallmark Gold Crown Store Managers Network. Instead, we're doing this other thing. We had no idea what we were doing. Everybody's saying, Diane, where are we going to find the moms? I'm saying, well, I'm a mom. I know. I mean, we literally had no idea. But basically, Hallmark really helped us. And in November of 2000, we launched the Hallmark Idea Exchange for Parents, which was an online community of 197 moms, most of whose names I remember, and 3 stay-at-home dads. And at the end of day 1, we had 82 people come into the community. And I will tell you that what the company is doing now is a much fancier version of that, but it changed everything. I mean, it worked.